Hey folks, welcome out to the backyard. We just put a 12-inch Dutch oven over there on the fire to start getting it hot. We're going to do something we've never done for y'all before in a video, but we do a lot in our household. Salad. Now, salad is kind of a different thing. You go to a restaurant and you usually get a house salad or a Caesar salad. It's got ranch or blue cheese or Thousand Island dressing on it, and it's done up and it's okay. Most time you don't really sit down and get a salad and think about how special that salad really was. But I like my salads to have a little bit of a bang to it. So what are we doing for you today? And here we've got some spinach, and it's just a Jeff thing, but I like to have the stems removed from the spinach leaves. I don't like that little stem sticking out. That's just a Jeff thing. And we've got half of a red onion sliced up fairly thin added in here. That's it. Now everybody's going, well, that salad seems kind of blah. Well, no, it's all about the dressing. We're going to do a hot bacon vinaigrette dressing with some shrimp. We've got some little small shrimp here. I think they're about 100-count shrimp. They're really bite-sized. They're going to take but just a minute to cook. We're going to add that to it. So it's going to have this hot bacon. You're going to hit hot bacon grease. Is going to hit the salad. It's kind of going to wilt up that salad a little bit as it goes on there. And you want to eat this dressing when it's hot, folks. You don't want it to let it get cold because then it gets greasy. However, you can make some extra, put it in a jar, keep it in the refrigerator, and heat it back up later. So we're getting this Dutch oven warmed up because we got to cook our bacon first. And here we've got one package of bacon, about a pound of bacon. Oh, I don't know, it's 12 to 16 slices, I think. We've got it kind of cubed up into, I think the proper word is a lardon or lardon, however you want to say that. Depending on what part of the world you're in. And you can hear it frying already. When we start to get this bacon brown, we're going to add some onion to it. And then we're going to add some red wine vinegar to that. It's a little bit long. We're going to start getting this bacon kind of rendered off. And we'll pop back in here in a minute and let you know what we got. Hey folks, getting this bacon a little bit started. It hadn't been in there very long. It's getting a little bit of moisture coming out of it, and we're getting a little bit of brown on the edge, so we've got to let it go a little bit before we add our onion to it. But when we get ready to add our onion, we've got a half of a red onion fairly finely chopped, and that's what we're going to put in there here in a few minutes. Folks, I want to remind everybody, thank you for watching our videos, subscribing to us, liking us on Facebook, and commenting. We enjoy those immensely, and it really means a lot to us. We know that our following compared to a lot of others is really, really small. And we don't claim to be what we're not. So we're just here doing what we do and what we love to do. And we just enjoy the people that like watching us. And we thank you so much for that. We really do. It's heartfelt. Hey, everybody. Welcome back out here. Got our bacon just ever so slightly starting to get a little bit of brown right around the edges. It's just starting to get there. Cooking out pretty good. We got a lot of bacon because we want some wow in that salad. To that, we're going to add this half of relatively finely chopped red onion to that. You can use a white onion. You can use a Valdelia. We just happen to have a red onion. So we're going to get this tossed up in here. Let this kind of get going together. And when you're doing this, folks, if you think you don't have quite enough bacon grease, you're welcome to add a little bacon grease. At time to time, I'll do that every once in a while. But it looks like we're going to have about probably a 1/4 inch covering the bottom of this pan when we're done. And that's going to be a lot for what we're going to have for tonight. To that, we're going to go ahead and put a couple seasoning in there. We've got a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of black pepper mixed together in there. We've got a teaspoon of crushed garlic. And we've got just a little less than a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Now, we're going to add a couple other things to it here in a little bit. we're going to get that in there right now. The salt's kind of going to help them onions out a little bit, kind of get things together. Hey folks, welcome on back here. Folks, we did put a couple tablespoons of bacon grease in there just to make sure we had enough, because we're probably going to save some for a later salad. So we're getting this in here. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about something I do that y'all are probably going to disagree with. I like my bacon to be a little pliable and not hard and crunchy in this type of salad. I don't want it to resemble bacon bits, the artificial things you buy at the store. I want people to know they're getting a piece of bacon. Sometimes to me, and this is to me, sometimes you can get your bacon a little too brittle and it resembles a bacon bit and it has a little bit of a charred or burnt flavor to it. So we wanted to have it just a little pliable as we go through this. We just want the onions to be good and soft. Folks, we cooked last weekend, or Memorial Day weekend, with Kent and Shannon Rollins. We cook with them every once in a while on the Memorial Day weekend, and we were lucky enough to do it again this weekend. And we thoroughly enjoyed that time that we spent with them. They're such great people, and the whole crew that's on their Red River Ranch truck wagon and go around and cook with him. They're really just some super nice people, and I thank them for that opportunity again this year. We're getting a little bit closer. So to that, we want to add a cup of white sugar. And get this stirred in there really, really good. The white sugar is going to counteract some of the vinegar that we're going to be adding to this. It's a really hot day, folks. This early in the year, it's a really hot day. Now, we got some red wine vinegar. You can use apple cider vinegar. You could even use a white vinegar. My preference is the red wine vinegar. How much you put in? Well, really can't tell you. I would say a couple of tablespoons, or when you do it the way Jeff does it, about that much. I love vinegar. I love vinegar barbecue sauce. I love vinegar potato salad. I love vinegar slaw. I love vinegar. And so I'm not shy on the vinegar. You can flavor that however you want. Now we're bubbling up pretty good, but you do want this to be a vinegar, have a lot of vinegar. This is a vinaigrette, hot bacon grease vinaigrette. And as I stir in here, folks, I got to be careful not to slosh it out, which is why I'm doing it in a Dutch oven and not a skillet. I want to scrape any bacon bits, onion bits, bits of anything off the bottom. All that adds flavor to our dressing. I can smell the vinegar. So we got enough. All right, we're going to let this go a little bit. We're going to come back in a second. We're still stirring, folks. We're getting really, really close. And a vinegar guy like myself, I'm loving this smell right now. Bacon, vinegar, a little onion. Oh, man. Just making my mouth water just thinking about that right there. My wife is back from taking care of some family business, and it's a relatively hot day, and she's going to ruin me, folks. She just brought me a little glass of iced tea. So thank you, ma'am, for the iced tea while I'm out here cooking. So she's probably going to ruin me with this tea. While we're waiting on this last little bit and stirring, I'll tell you we're going to be at Sullivan Creek Ranch June the 1st, which I think this is probably going to air the day before we're there. There are still some tickets available for the 29th of June. A lot of people comment sometimes these tickets might be expensive. Folks, it's quite an experience. You get the full chuck wagon experience. You get a really nice setting. Most of y'all have seen it either on Facebook or on YouTube and seen what the kind of dinner is. You're going to get a really nice dinner. To give you an example, our dinner on the 1st is going to be a crawfish etouffee bisque, a cold a cold broccoli salad. Those are for starters. You're going to have their steaks, which is a Kushi steak, form of Wagyu. They're excellent, excellent steaks. Then we're going to have a butternut squash cooked in a bourbon maple and pecan glaze. You've got green beans cooked with lemon, black pepper, and a little garlic. Something a little different. And we blipped out for you for a second, folks, but we're back. The other thing we're going to do is a recipe that I got from a friendly chuck wagon cook who I really like, Alan Means, gave me a recipe for chili hominy. It's got some green chilies and a hominy and a little bit of cheese and bacon. And folks, if you're not a hominy fan, this will certainly make you into one. This is a great, great dish. Dessert, you're going to have bread pudding. And then we're going to have a blueberry, goat cheese, and basil cobbler. Now, my wife's looking at me like, oh, wow, that's a weird combination. It's a lovely, lovely pie, folks. Look it up on the internet. It's out there. It's not something I made up. It's out there. But you're going to get some non-chuck wagon cuisine at these dinners. You're going to have, obviously, the beautiful views that come from that ranch and the places that are there. The hospitality is wonderful. You can come underneath the fly at the chuck wagon, ask questions. And I'll even let you cook if you want to help cook and get sweaty and all nasty before you eat. You can join me. I don't care. All right, we got this about close. So what we're going to do is we're going to add that. We got a package. I threw the package away. I don't know. This is probably about a pound of 100 count shrimp. Now, it's not going to take very long for these to cook. So we need to make sure that everything else is where we want it to be before we add the shrimp, because this shrimp is not going to take long to get there. In fact, we could probably pull this Dutch oven off and just the residual heat and probably cook this where we want to be. Hey folks, you notice my glass of tea is gone. Bet you're wondering where that went to, huh? Yeah, right. All right, we got a little piece of spinach. I'm going to dip it in here. Let's get us a little taste. Now, if it was just me, I'd put a little more heat in it, a little more red pepper flakes. But for the folks that I'm cooking for tonight, it's going to be just right. Now, we got our old trusty wooden stool out. We're going to pull this off. Let this kind of come down just a little bit as we close up our smoker. And again, folks, we're doing a lot of public things this year. And y'all just keep following us on YouTube and on Facebook. We'll be more than happy to share those with y'all and also share you what happens in case you don't make it. But we'd sure love for y'all to come out. All right, again, in here, we've got that spinach and the onion, and that's it. And then we've got our bacon vinaigrette. So again, thank you for all the support, all the comments, likes, all the stuff that y'all do. Every one of them means a tremendous amount to us. We're going to go in there and we're going to have a salad. A little different salad. But again, I like my salads to have a little bit of a bang. Leftovers, we're keeping for another salad. As we end every video we got with a heartfelt thank you and enjoy your food.